right, that's recorded.
All right, we're going.
All right, it being 5:30, this is the Tilton Northfield Fire District Commissioners Meeting. It is August 12th, 2025. We're in the Tilton Town Hall downstairs meeting room. Those present include the three commissioners, all three chiefs and deputy chiefs, Kathy and Kevin Waldron. Welcome. So the first item on the agenda is we're going to have a public hearing. So I'm going to open the public hearing in reference to the $11,000 that was donated to the fire department. Are you going to speak to that?
Sure. So I received a communication from Freudenberg that they wanted to contribute a sum of money for us for all our efforts during their renovation project. We had to respond there several times for false alarms. And they wanted to show us their appreciation. And so they had a grand opening, and during that grand opening they had the builders, the Procon, and the Freudenberg NOK people, the head guys from Germany and all that, they were all there. And they donated a check to us for $11,000 during that ribbon cutting ceremony. And the notation was that they wished it to be used for exercise or fitness equipment.
It does not say that in here. This one
It says it on the check.
It does?
Yes, it did. And no, I didn't make a copy of the check, sorry.
And was there any rationale for the $11,000 dollar amount?
Nope, that's just the amount that they came up with.
And do you know how many times we responded?
It was like 7.
Was it even that
Over the
many?
course of the 2 years, it was like 7 times.
Wasn't it?
It wasn't unbearable, or even noticeable, because they were so spread out.
I was gonna say, cause their email said 3. That letter that we just got handed said 3.
Yeah, I mean, the other
But
time.
that could have been in a calendar year.
It could have
not
been,
Well, we could,
could have
and
been the
then we have
ambulance
other
bus.
responses there that had nothing to do with
the construction.
the construction,
Yeah.
that were, you know, we retreat, not routinely, like, once every 6 months or so, we'll have a little small fire in one of the exhaust ducts or collection bins and other medical emergencies that we respond. It's not often, it's not a very frequented place, but we do go there, so I think that could be included in the second.
I just looked at the number of times I didn't look at why.
And did, was the putting it towards fitness equipment totally on their part, or were we asked where the money would be?
They asked if there was something special that we could put it towards, and the first thing that came to my mind was fitness equipment for the firefighters, or possibly if we pass a new fire station, helping to equip the new fitness room.
Where would you put anything in Center Street now?
But we need
Well,
to
we
replace
need
some
to
of, we
replace
just
the
broke our
cable
cable machine.
the cable
The cable machine, well, is 20 years old, because we got it about a month after I started here. So that cable machine just broke, and there is some other older equipment. Our stair machine is probably 15 years old, so there is some stuff. But I thought, you know, if we do get 2 fire stations, we're gonna need to outfit a station, and that's not cheap. I think fitness is important for two reasons. One, we ask firefighters to perform manual tasks with no warm-up period that are above and beyond that of most jobs, and 2, with, you know, those guys need to be strong, they need to be active, they need to be healthy. And 2, with the PTSD and stuff, the exercise has been shown to help the emotional strain on firefighters, and it's just so important to include for those 2 big reasons. There's other reasons to
Well, I was
say
curious, cause I wasn't sure that was something that took place on shift, and it's
Yep.
just that something I'm not familiar with, and why they would, you know.
We have a fitness policy, we've had it since I got hired, and when their daily work is done, typically around 4 or 5 p.m.
Yeah.
Depending, except for Mondays, they do it a little early because of training, but typically at 4 or 5 p.m. they're allowed to stop doing their daily work and then routinely work out for that. It's not something that happens usually during the morning or anything, but
Historically, where did all the current equipment come from and how was that purchased?
We get a $500 grant per year from LGC.
Not anymore.
No,
Oh, we used to.
from Health Trust.
Health
Trust.
Trust. We used to get that, so a lot of it came from that.
We
Some
still
came
get-
from the Firefighters Association over the years have bought equipment. The local has bought equipment over the years, and then the fire department has bought. So it's kind of been, and then donated materials too. So it's been kind of acquired over the past 20 years or so.
Anyone else have any questions?
I do.
Kevin?
When was the check presented?
I don't know if I have a picture of it that day, so tell me the day. It was about a month ago, wasn't it?
3 weeks, month ago.
This says July 17th is the date of
When I
the letter.
started asking if we could even
That's
accept
close
that.
enough, I don't
Yeah.
need the exact date. Has it been deposited?
Yes. It was deposited because we can't hang on to that kind of money. We have to deposit it the same day it received.
Has any of it been spent?
No.
No.
So if we vote no, we'd have to cut them a check.
So the public hearing is really nothing more than a formality.
Right, I believe, if anything over $10,000, we have to have a
Yes.
public hearing.
Who said that?
That is the law.
RSA.
It's RSA. Believe me, I went through and I contacted,
Raise the flag for me.
yes, and I contacted legal through the New Hampshire Municipal Association, and that was their response. For RSA, you have to hold a public hearing.
Other thoughts?
It was very generous of them.
It was very generous.
What would it, what's something like that cost to replace?
Like the cable machine, or
Yeah.
the cable machines we were looking at. We were actually, we've been looking at them since before we even knew we got this, and we were looking at between $1,200 and $1,800 to replace that cable machine. And a stair machine, we typically purchase used equipment. I know the last treadmill we buy it from, there's a commercial supplier. I'd have to ask Dan Leathers where it is. They take stuff out of like Planet Fitnesses and other gyms that, because they replace it and then we buy it secondhand. And I think our treadmill was like $800. I think our stair machine, I mean, again, it was 15 years ago. I don't remember the price, but it's $700. But that was 15 years ago. Sticks in my head. I'd be lying if I told you exact price, but somewhere around $1,000 to $1,500 per machine. But that's used, very used. To get that commercial equipment, we couldn't afford to buy something new. And then if we outfitted a new station with weights, we typically use dumbbells and free weights. That's what the guys prefer, and I'm not trying to get into what works and what doesn't, but they prefer the dumbbells and free weights. And it's about $1 a pound to buy that, which it doesn't sound like a lot, but it gets expensive very quickly. $1.25 a pound to buy dumbbells and free weights. A lot of the free weights we have, and we're not replacing what we have for the free weights and the dumbbells. It would just be having that money, because we have 2 stations and 2 gyms for them to work out in.
The good thing about dumbbells and free weights, they don't wear out.
They still weigh the same.
It seems like 200 pounds, that's $200.
Yeah,
Nobody lived over 200.
but you have like a 10-pound set, and a
I know,
15-pound
I know.
set, and a 30-pound set, 40-pound set, 50-pound. Right now we have dumbbells up to 65 pounds, in sets all the way down. And then the free weights, I think we have 4 45s, 2 35s, 4 25s. So it gets expensive quickly.
Is there a length of time involved when the money needs to be spent?
I don't believe so.
Not for
And
donations.
what are you gonna do with $11,000 worth of equipment with no place to put it?
Or you just escrow the funds.
Yes.
I guess I'm not, I'm very thankful for the donation, and far be it for me to be put on the spot and ask what I would suggest the money be used for, but feel like maybe the commissioners should have been asked.
Yeah.
But of course, we would have then referred to you as to, you know, is there other equipment that would be, that wasn't budgeted for that maybe we could have spent that money on?
I don't think there's any other equipment right now that we're needing apparatus wise or something like that wise that we haven't budgeted for or already purchased.
That was my only thought.
I would, meaning myself, I would probably replace what we need. I mean, one's broken, so you can't use it. Replace that, and you told me the price, somewhat what it would cost.
Say 12 to 18.
Yeah.
depending.
So if, if you spent $2,000 and put the rest into something, whether we get a new station, they need it there, but put it aside and just leave it, and not identify what it's for. Because maybe we get a new station, you might come up with something better that money would be used for. And there again, we're gonna replace the ones that broke.
Mhm.
That's what I would do.
We haven't discussed it much, but my recommendation was gonna be to do the cable machine and any other little things that we need, and then set the money aside for when we need to, when the new stations are built. I don't think replacing what we have now works. There's no need to replace everything we have there except for the broken one. And hopefully the new one lasts as long as it lasts for 20 years. It's a pretty good run for that. It was used when we got it, so.
Because like I said, if you replace them in the, say, 2 stations don't get passed, you got 1. You won't need that money because you're gonna have stuff. Maybe you use it for something else. You might get it for something else, need something.
Something with a day room or
Yeah.
something.
That's my thought.
Maybe a stove or mattresses or.
All right, any other discussion?
Well, like you, it seems like we're, cart was up with the horse, and that was all kind of. Thankful but not thrilled with the process.
All right, well, once we get into the meeting, we'll have an opportunity to vote to accept those funds. Anything else as far as public hearing?
Are you not, you said in further into the meeting?
Yeah, this is a line item in the meeting. We're having a public hearing.
Are you not going to take a vote during the public hearing?
I thought we were gonna take the vote during the meeting. Is it appropriate to take the vote during the hearing?
I don't think we closed the public hearing in 11 minutes.
Is there a time limit on how long a public hearing is to be open?
No.
No, but if you're gonna go into your regular meeting, you should close the public hearing.
Well, I'm just not sure whether we need to vote during the public hearing or whether we vote during the meeting.
Normally in public hearings, you take everything under advisement and then make your decision later and vote on it at that point.
6 of one, half dozen of another.
Totally.
I'm not the scholar with RSAs Are you aware of how that works?
I can't quote the RSA, but I can tell you that more than once, the vote is taken during the public hearing. And then when it's done, it's done. If you have the public hearing, you close the public hearing, you're then voting on the public hearing.
No,
We're just voting whether to approve accepting the money.
I guess I'd come from when we've had another public hearing, it's a bond and it stays open, or we do the budget here, public hearing, and it stays open. Like when we do the budget, it's like it's,
Well, what's the pleasure of the meeting? I don't have.
you can call a vote, I can go either.
All right, well, let's call the vote then. Any other comments on this before we vote? All right, all those in favor of accepting $11,000, say aye. Aye.
hold on a second. We need a motion and a second.
You got-
I move that we accept the $11,000.
Second.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor? Aye. All those opposed?
Nay.
All right, the ayes have it. All right, so we'll officially close the public hearing. And we'll move to call our meeting to order. We just keep going, or?
No, we have to shut everything.
Okay.
So we close.
Do we,
Sorry,
closing
time.
the public hearing at 5:46 PM.